Hey everybody, thanks for joining. I'm doing an hour live stream this morning. I'm working on a Batman illustration, um, just kind of getting the pieces put together right now. So I'm not sure how much actual drawing I'm going to do this morning, but we'll see. I may get some preliminary sketching happening. Um, Gonna drop in the logo. At least I think I am. That's So this is the logo here, and oh, I was going to save it. Sketch covers. I think we'll save this as a big PNG file. Hey Matt, thanks for joining. I can see people on Instagram because I'm at my desktop computer, fortunately. Uh, we're just gonna Does it ask me to place it? Save it. Anyway, this logo I grabbed online somewhere, and then I created this DC Comics logo cover treatment. Pretty simple. Sketch covers. Batman logo. Just come here and place it. All right. Actually, I think now that I'm looking at this, I think I want to make this black and white instead. And I'm doing that because this will be colored digitally, and it's going to sit on the original art. So I want the original art to all look black and white, no color. It's really supposed to emulate what you would expect to see with an original comic art page. Just gives it that little added layer of um, authenticity, I think. Make that black. All right, let's try this again. Actually, easier just to do it this way. I love this Batman logo. This is my favorite Batman logo, probably because this is the one from the 70s, and I think I probably was first introduced to the Batman comics in the 70s. So that logo really sticks with me. Just think it's very it's kind of creepy. It's almost a creepy vibe to it. Kind of a weird, almost supernatural feel. I just really like it. All right, let's save that. All right, now we've got a nice one color logo. Let's save that again. All right, try this again. So there's an image that I'm going to reference, and this is from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. And I saved it on my phone, so I just have to find it. It's not easy. There it is. So this is going to be kind of a Frank Miller homage. And that's the image there. You can see. Which is really cool. But before I start drawing Batman, I'm going to get the background established because he drew this with kind of like a curvature of the horizon, and so I'm going to try to find an image that's similar to that I can use as a reference. Let's go over to, I have an Adobe stock account that I use for my graphic design work. View. Let's see what it comes up with. Just a certain angle I'm looking for. Not seeing it yet. New York City. Where is it? I'm just going to do a Google search because I'm not really finding anything here. Things I write in curvature or curved. There we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good too. All right, so I'm just going to copy this image and now I'm not going to be super precise with this. It's not going to be exactly photo realistic. After all, this is supposed to be Gotham City, not New York City, so I'm going to kind of Frank Millerize it a little bit. His Gotham City is really kind of this urban squalor of stacks of concrete, that look like vaguely resemble skyscrapers, a lot of water towers, and just jammed together. Uh, Shitty looking buildings and Art Deco uh, styled architecture. But this is a good starting point for that. I think the other thing I'm going to do, well, I'm going to sketch Batman out here real quick. So what will happen here with this is I'm going to pencil it digitally, and then I will ink it over on my drafting table, which is right behind me. That's the plan, anyway. Kind of like this composition because it makes Gotham City almost the main character in this scene. But I'm not sure I'm going to go that route. I'm just gonna see how it shapes up. This is sort of like a, I don't know, like a proving ground. Like I'm testing the idea. I'm not entirely committed to it yet. I think it's going to work, but you don't really know until you start drawing. I'm not going to really, I'm not going to copy exactly, show you this is the image I'm referring to. I'm not going to match it exactly. I do want to make it my own to an extent. Get a perspective grid on here too, so I make sure the city, everything looks correct as far as the perspective is concerned. Again, not overly concerned with detail yet, just getting the composition, the values established here. And by values, I'm talking really about light and dark areas. So I want to have like the rooftops are all black because there's light illuminating them from street level. And even though Miller does not have really any deep shadows on Batman in this panel, I am going to really have that cape, I think, and pretty heavy black, because it kind of makes more sense. The light's coming from below than this cape parachute thing that he has. It's going to be pretty dark. Same for Batman. He's going to have some pretty stark shadow to really illuminate the front of him. I could do the absolute Batman. I guess that's the big thing now. I have not read it. I don't really read the new comics, the new superhero stuff. And at first I really didn't like that costume, but I see it everywhere, and the whole style of Batman and this absolute version of him is kind of growing on me a little bit. So maybe I'll do an absolute version of him instead of strictly Dark Knight Returns Batman, or maybe it's absolute Dark Knight Returns. Interesting combo. Look that up. Look up absolute Batman and see what that's all about. See if there's something I can do here. I mean, it is pretty cool. I'm very much a purist when it comes to this sort of thing, but I mean, you know, it is cool. I have way too many tabs open. I gotta get rid of some crap. There's that. He's got like this axe. Seems very un-Batman like. maybe I could do kind of a combination of Absolute and kind of a classic Batman. So I see that most of these renderings of Absolute Batman, he's really kind of monstrous looking physically. He's sort of like this giant Hulk-like character. But what if I just kind of made him look more realistic? I mean, that might be kind of cool. I guess his cape is even kind of different. All right. I think this is going to work. I think I am going to do kind of this mashup of Absolute and Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. I have not seen that, so I think that's the angle I'm going for. Now I have to get the my perspective grid. I know there's a way in Clip Studio where you can generate them, but I don't like it, and so I'm just going to create my own. And this is how I do that. Actually, let's do that a little differently. I tried using that perspective tool, and it seems really clunky, and it takes a long time, or at least it took me a long time to really uh, get it where I wanted it to be. That I realized that I can just manually create one that's quicker, and it really gives me more of what I want. Well, this is kind of the main trajectory of the perspective. Oh. Okay. Duplicate that. Computer is slow today. This will all make sense soon enough. Actually, I think I'm gonna rely a little more on this. I think this is gonna be better than recreating it. And I'm intentionally simplifying these buildings just because that's another stylistic choice that Frank Miller made in Dark Knight. I mean, as cool as Gotham City looked, and it was really, in its own way, it had a lot of detail, but if you look at it from a larger view, the cityscapes and things were pretty simple. Klaus Janson put a lot of shading and things, making it more gritty. And that's what I'm going to do here as well. But I want to get the main framework of these buildings drawn out first. Then I can sort of noodle around with them. All right, I think that's a pretty good foundation. I'm just gonna fill it out just a little bit. then take a look at Frank Miller's take on this. A lot of this I'm going to be doing in the inking stage, so I don't want to put too much into the penciling. All right, there's what we have so far. We get a little sketchy with the Gotham City. So on Friday's live stream, I hope to have more of this finished and working over at my drafting table. So I hope you'll stop in for that. If you happen to miss a live stream, you can find the recordings over on my YouTube channel. You can also find them on my Patreon page. You can join for free to get free notifications. And I post um, new content every Thursday and Friday. And that usually consists of works in progress, process shots. I do have exclusive previews of upcoming comics as well as high res images of comic art, old comic art, new comic art. So I hope to see you there. I am going to sign out here in just a minute. I want to get a few more little details here happening. Get a little extra grittiness here. Well, I think that looks like Gotham City. It's definitely not Metropolis. Get a little more, just a little more detail here. Some random lights, building lights. I'll refine this more in the inking stage. The nice thing about this is I get the city, the background finished, and then I can really focus on Batman He is, where is he? Up there. All right. I think that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. You can always look at the in the comments or in the show notes on YouTube to see all of my other links to. I've got an Etsy page for commissioned art. If you're interested in a commissioned comic art piece, you can head over there and place an order. Super easy to do that. Prices, I think, are really good. You can also visit my eBay store and have, I think, about 250 items listed, and they include original comic art, past work from Marvel, Image, Dark Horse, other publishers, and my own publishing label, Beyond Forward Comics. So you can find a lot of cool stuff there. There are also art prints that are a little more economical, a little more affordable. My art prints are almost identical to the original art. The quality of the paper, they look and feel almost like the original page. So it's a really cool thing to have. So hope to see you over there. And where else? Did I miss anything? Probably. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Thanks again for your support, and I will see you back here Friday. Hopefully, I'm back to my live stream twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. And if you haven't yet, I hope you'll follow my Twitch uh, stream, and you can that way you get a notification whenever I happen to be going online. So have a good one. I'll see you soon.